Hi there, my darling Capricorns. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to your reading for the week of August 11th, 2025. So, my darling Capricorns, we're just going to jump right in and start off with an overarching energy using the Spirit Animal Oracle. Then we'll move on to my 3 card spread using my Michelle Knight Tarot cards, and then finishing off with Angel Answer cards. All right, my darling Capricorns, what messages does Capricorn need to know for this week of the 11th of August, 2025? And we're coming out of the last of the Mercury retro shadow. So, and the messages this week have all been very positive. So, yeah, I look forward to seeing what your message is. There is always enough. Yeah, I love this card. Koi fish spirit. There is always enough. And I feel that, just in general, if you feel that there's not enough, you're going to always feel there is not enough. You know, the it's just like the card that Virgo just got was the abundant universe will provide, and it will, because there is enough for everybody. That is why I usually say with that off the 5 of Wands, the conflict and competition. It's healthy to have competition. When we get into that mind space of, there's not enough for everybody, that greed sort of mentality, then you close yourself off to, what is available in the universe, my darling Capricorns. So, I do feel that it's important to feel that there is enough. There is always enough, my darling Capricorns. And I think it's important to always keep that in the back of your mind, that if there is enough for everyone. I mean, it's like the YouTube and tarot channels. There are thousands upon thousands of tarot channels on YouTube, but I am grateful that you are listening to me right now. And if you're anything like me, you probably watch 4 or 5 different, you know, um, tarot channels. So, like I said, there is enough for everyone. And yeah, like, I just do it because I love it. I'm not doing it for any other reason. So, they're getting to that energy of there is always enough. All right, let's see. King of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, and the Lovers. All right, my darling Capricorn. So what I'm going to do is is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you. So you start off here with the King of Swords, and I do feel that you are presenting this week, my darling Capricorns, as the King of Swords. You can see here, he's just sitting very comfortably on his throne here with his sword up in the air. And I always say that this sword is the Ace of Swords, because I feel that that is what he's holding in his hand, is that sword of truth, my darling Capricorns, and that sword of knowledge and wisdom, because that is the energy that he embodies. Now, there's male or female, there is no gender in the tarot. This is just the energy of the card. So I feel this week you're going to be embodying this energy of the King of Swords, where you feel you have all the knowledge and wisdom that you need, my darling Capricorns, and that you feel that you can speak your truth if you need to, my darling Capricorn. So yeah, beautiful energy for you to be in with this King of Swords energy. And then you've got the 6 of Pentacles. So the 6 of Pentacles is a card of reciprocity, my darling Capricorns. You can see here the scales of balance. It's about, giving and receiving, balancing those energies of giving and receiving. So, if you have been giving too much lately, or you've been receiving too much, it's time now to balance that energy out. And I feel that's important with that koi fish spirit. There is always enough, because we want to feel in the universe that there is enough. Like I said, this is that card of there is enough. because it's that reciprocity, it's balance. It's, what we give out comes back to us, my darling Capricorns. It's usually what we give out comes back to us tenfold, my darling Capricorn. So, that's why we need to make sure that we're balancing the giving and the receiving. There's no point in giving and giving and giving because A, it's going to burn you out and make you feel resentful of whatever you're giving to. And then there's on the other side of the coin, receiving too much is going to make it that you can't give because you're so absorbed in the taking that there's nothing to give, if that makes sense. So that's why it's important to balance those energies out, my darling Capricorns. But I feel that we will. I feel that balance will be restored this week. But I feel that you will be the catalyst for that, my darling Capricorns. And then you have the Lovers card. So this is Gemini energy. So if you have Gemini in your chart, I would go and watch the Gemini reading because there could be a message there for you. But the Lovers is all about a choice or a decision to make. I am not feeling love off this reading, but love is always open to us. So, take that how it resonates. But what I do feel is that there is a choice or a decision for you to make. Or there is some kind of crossroads that you're coming to this week, my darling Capricorns, that is, saying to you, which way will you go? What will you choose? Will you choose, going, will you choose the road less traveled, or will you choose maybe getting out of your comfort zone here? On the traditional tarot, there's a male and a female, they're standing on either side, and there is a mountain between them. There is the clouds, an angel, and then there's the sun above the angel. The mountain between them represents just that, a mountain between them. It represents a challenge that they're up against, and that there is some kind of, challenge between them, or some kind of, crossroads that they're coming to, my darling Capricorns. So whether that is with you and someone else, I'm not getting another person here other than the Gemini. So, if this is a Gemini that you're coming to this crossroads with, it could be. But like I said, I feel that you're presenting here as that King of Swords. So, yeah. If I'm going to put it all together, I just feel that it's important for you to realize that, there is enough for everyone. That, whatever decision or choice that you need to make, go the way that restores balance, my darling Capricorns. That's what I feel. And I feel that you don't feel that you have all the knowledge and wisdom, but you do. And with the Ace of Swords here, which I'm drawn to, I feel that it's important for you to speak your truth. Speaking your truth will restore balance, is what I feel, my darling Capricorns. But yeah, I do feel that there is, a choice or a decision to make as well with that energy. So yeah, take it how it resonates. But I feel that you feel that there won't be enough. But with this koi fish spirit, I feel that it's important that you hear there is always enough, my darling Capricorn. So yeah, big energies. And look, the Six of Pentacles has come up quite a lot in this week's readings, just like the Justice card has, my darling Capricorn. So I do feel that it is a real week of restoring balance and restoring and karmic type of rewards. So so if you're enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. I am very active and interactive in the comments, so let me know if this resonates with you. I would love to have a chat. If you can see something in this that I can't, then yeah, please drop it in the comments. All right, let's get final messages for you, my darling Capricorns. What have we got? Trust. Yes, trust the universe. Trust that you embodying that King of Swords energy, trust that you have the knowledge and wisdom that you need, my darling Capricorns. Yeah, remain positive. You need to remain positive in order for the vibes to keep coming in. If you need help, ask for help from others. And that could be that Gemini energy that I was, picking up back here. So, you know, nobody knows you need help unless you ask. In the near future, they say, reconsider. And that could just be that, if you've made a decision and it didn't work out, then make another one. Reconsider. You're allowed. You're allowed to make as many decisions as you need to, my darling Capricorns. So, but yeah, I just feel there is definitely some kind of truth here as well that you may need to be speaking this week, my darling Capricorns. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.